evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, July 21st, 2020. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, Tullahoma City Schools has announced its reopening plan. Tullahoma's Luella Powell celebrated a birthday, and plans are being made for Tullahoma's downtown area. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
Tullahoma needs leadership. Tullahoma needs someone who can make good decisions in bad times. Tullahoma needs someone who is familiar with the area and knows how to bring people together. Tullahoma needs someone who's not tied to any specialty group, who doesn't owe someone a favor, that's going to make decisions for the entire city as a whole. We want to make sure that we stay focused on health. We want to make sure we stay focused on wealth. And we don't stay focused on education. Those are the three things that if we as a city invest in our people, we will see the return and our city will continue to grow and our city will continue to prosper. So that's why I'm running for mayor and I'm ready to begin working for you day one. And I'm asking for your vote.
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Last week, Tullahoma City Schools announced the reopening pathway that they feel is the safest for all students, teachers, and support staff. Tullahoma will operate on the same normal, hybrid, and remote learning plan as Coffee County, where active COVID-19 caseloads will determine whether students and staff are allowed in the buildings. Tullahoma City Schools announced the option for remote learning as an option for students. For students on campus schools, there will be daily temperature checks on site upon arrival. Sharing of supplies and equipment will be minimized. Cleaning and disinfecting will be scheduled throughout the day. Students and staff will be encouraged to practice effective hand washing. Outside visitors will be limited. Students, faculty, and support staff will be encouraged to wear masks, and parents are asked to be flexible during this time as the school system does its best to teach the students and keep everyone safe. Of course, this is an evolving situation, and we will update you as we receive new information. At the Tullahoma Board of Zoning Appeals meeting yesterday, a request for a variance from the setback requirements of Miss Lynn Davies, representing Big Lots, requesting setback requirement to be changed from 35 foot to 15 feet along North Jackson Street, where they are relocating to.
And we are proposing to build a covered enclosure to facilitate receiving and keep the public, which also includes proposed landscaping to further disguise that side of the building. That is really all that this is.
Okay. All right. Mr. Fagan, would you like to add any comments to that as well?
No, Mike pretty much made it straightforward there. We worked locally with Ralph Graham to do the landscaping. He's familiar with your city ordinances with that. So just to try to make it right, that's who we organize with. So, and I think Ralph's actually on the call as well.
Okay. All right. With that, thank you, Mr. Fagan, Mr. New. Mm-hmm. Jennifer, anything else that we need to do before I entertain a motion?
I would just, if you would like, I may be able to share my screen and go through some of the plans, but they were provided in your packet. I just want to share with you that If you look closely at the plans, you can see where the setback line lies and the proposed structure crosses that setback line. But I do feel like there's a little bit of a precedent set in this area. The area they're requesting to use is currently enclosed with a chain link fence. And when the property was occupied by Kmart, that was used as an outdoor garden center space. And so I do feel like we've allowed commercial activity in that area in the past. And so I felt like we could support this request for what would be an enclosed structure and would limit the public's view of the activities going on there. In addition, I provided a copy of the North Jackson Streetscape Plan, which has kind of fulfills our desire to see more attractive landscaping in the green spaces between parking lots and buildings in the highway of North Jackson Street. And I feel like Ralph Graham and his work, they've helped show how that area could be addressed to meet the vision of our streetscape plan and also serve as screening to the commercial activities going on there.
Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. With that, I'd like to entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, that was Ms. Blackwell with the motion and Mr. Crabtree with the second. We have for the move for the approval of variance case 210 for the offset for Big Lots. Mr. Crabtree.
Aye.
Mr. Ellis.
Aye.
Mr. Comer.
Aye.
Paul.
Aye.
Ms. Blackwell.
Aye.
All right, and Ms. Smith.
Aye.
And I will vote aye as well. That is unanimous.
And we'll be right back with more news after these messages.
Hello, I'm Ray Noyes. This is a critical time in Tullahoma. On August the 6th, voters will have an opportunity to elect a new mayor, one who can provide proven, experienced leadership, one who knows how to get things done and keep Tullahoma moving. I recognize the value of Tullahoma's excellent school system. Our system is recognized as one of the best in the state, and I'll ensure that our schools continue at that level. I will not vote to raise property taxes in order to have a balanced budget until all other options have been exhausted. I'll work closely with our city staff to ensure that my fiscally conservative values are incorporated. Now, I've served on all city boards involved in economic development. I see that as a way that we can broaden our tax base and avoid a property tax rate increase. Some developers have had issues with our planning and codes department. I'll commit to these improvements. There'll be consistency in the instructions from planning and codes without changes from day to day. And there'll be predictable timelines for providing delivery dates for plan reviews, permits, and inspections, timelines that will be met reliably. Now, while we can't do much about the traffic on 41A and 55, we can improve our local streets and sidewalks, and this I commit to do. So I ask for your vote for proven, experienced leadership.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. John Gray went by Luella Piles last week to help celebrate her 103rd birthday.
103 years old. Happy birthday, Luella. Visitation here for her on her 103rd birthday. And there have been a lot of folks drive by, and there's cars parked, and some people are stopping by to talk, and we're going to talk with Suzanne and hopefully get a visit with Miss Luella. She's over there in the shade, and we'll talk with a few people around here and and find out what it's like to be 103 years old. I hope I can figure it out one day. Look here, isn't this great? Isn't this great? Hello, dear. How are you, John Gray?
Oh, John, hello.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You look wonderful.
Thank you. Bye.
You have any wisdom to share with some of these young people out here?
No, I'm not very wise, John.
Yes, you are too. How about live, laugh, and love?
That would be a good one.
I know you've lived a lot, and you've laughed a lot, and you've loved a lot.
Well, I have.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we're just so proud to see you. Has Candy and Fran been by yet? Candy Couch and Fran, have they been by? They're on their way. So you wait on them, they'll be here.
Well, what about Fran?
Fran?
She's working.
Yes, no, she'll be by.
Okay.
She'll be by. I don't know whether Dot will get out or not. But we just want to wish you a happy, wonderful, happy birthday. Look at this great crowd of friends right here. All of them smiling, little beautiful smiling faces. Advice for the young folks, live, laugh, and love. If we all do that, we'll be better for it, won't we? And here's one of my best girls right here, Susan.
Alderman Jimmy Blank suggested at last week's Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting that it might be time for the mayor and aldermen to get a raise.
I wasn't here for the last reading of the budget. The time before that, I talked about raises for the mayor. I'm going to also include aldermen on that. Ms. Jennifer provided us with a comparison of mayor and board council member salaries over comparable cities, some bigger than us, from like Bristol, Eastridge, Cookeville, down to, Sevierville, and we're a little bit right around average, I guess, of what we pay our governing body, but we have not had a raise since 1993. That is 27 years, if I'm doing my math right. So I propose that we increase the mayor's salary to $15K a year, and the aldermen go up to about $7,500. That's about a 38% increase over salaries. What does that work out to dollars and cents? It's about $37,600 a year, what we're paying now coming out, and that would bump it up to about $60,500. So, mayor's job, there's a lot to it. I know you said it wasn't a full-time job, but it can be a full-time job if it's done right. So I think you need to be compensated.
So you want to place this on the agenda for the next meeting?
I would like to place this on the agenda for the next meeting.
Okay.
And that's all I have. Do we have to get up?
No, you
put it on.
Yeah,
so if y'all have any questions, give me a call, email me, and I'll try to explain my rationale. It's been a long time, it's hard to ask specifically somebody that's on the board to ask for a raise, but 27 years is a long time. So I think the time is right.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development sent representatives of the Tennessee Downtowns program to Tullahoma to speak to members of the Downtown Business Alliance about plans for Tullahoma Downtown.
Oohing and ahhing about this, because with COVID and the need to make sure your businesses stay in business, I was participating, Nancy too, on some calls with the Motlow Collaborative, the Small Business Accelerator program that was made available. And the restaurant owner was on there and talked about how could he do e-commerce or do outside dining and beverage services. So that translated into some quick action and leadership by the city to figure out how to make this legal for people to vend and sell outside. Nancy provided some resources from Franklin, Tennessee and some other Main Street programs that worked with the city with the codes process to enable this. We couldn't believe when we pulled up how terrific the design is. It looks really great. I love the fencing. I bet the lights are wonderful at night. And then again, I don't know about you all, I'm a good Southern girl. I love me a good shade tree. So thank God the tree's still here today. So, but anyway, congratulations. That was some swift action with some things that you had to go through the process and figure out how to enable this and make sure that this sort of outside commerce spot was available for this restaurant. You said your business has been pretty good. People have continued to come outside. So, and then hopefully the merchants with your retailers, I know you all have made some adjustments as well. So hopefully you've been able to weather this COVID period but keep your downtown businesses going. But anyway, congratulations on all those accomplishments. And I don't know, it just feels, the mural, what's the scoop on the mural behind the business office?
We actually have a couple of Tullahoma residents that moved back here, and they have their own nonprofit that's called DMA Doing More Art. Okay. And they work with individual property owners and have that mural installed.
We turned the corner, we were riding around and we're like, whoa, we loved it. Great. I mean, that's huge. And again, it kind of, y'all are such a unique, wonderful community with your, your aeronautics and your rocket scientists and all the folks that are associated with that. I took Jennifer on a call last Friday. I've worked over here my whole career, and I've always admired your community with the forward thinking and the engagement, and so many people here that are able to really contribute. But with your R&D and innovation, I've always kind of thought of Tullahoma as meet George Jetson and Jane is Bob, which was my favorite cartoon when I was a little kid because I wanted to see if I could ever fly around in a little vehicle like that. But again, I thought that mural was just really terrific. It kind of embraced kind of that techie innovation. I thought it was great. So you've got a group here now to help you do more installations with that too. Yes. So good. So anyway, just lots of progress and just lots of support from you all and your engagement in your committee, and just hopefully talking with each other, talking with the city, talking with Winston and Shelley, talking to Mayor Curley, just to continue to communicate your ideas and your visions and hopes for your downtown commercial business district. So I think Winston said there was some updates too when we did your initial meeting, when you all told us about strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. There was some discussion about where the dumpsters were located and how that was all happening, and apparently y'all been done some things there on moving those.
Right. We've made some progress in other areas too.
So that's good. That's not easy to fix. I mean, the whole trash thing and the pickup thing and where to locate those receptacles is something that all Main Street communities and downtowns have to think about. So congratulations on getting that fixed up. But again, just lots of progress, and that's what the Tennessee Downtowns program is about, is to work with community leaders like yourself that have a stake in the downtown, and partner with your local governments to really decide what you want to see happen here, and then focus on things and take constructive steps together together to accomplish the things that we're celebrating today. So congratulations.
So how do y'all feel about what's gone on for the last couple of years? What other things have been happening?
I feel like we've made a lot of good strides towards what we all want, and we just all need to work together and be positive on what has happened. And then there are some things we're still working towards, and we need to keep on keeping on these things. And you know, I'm very thankful that I still have a real good business coming to downtown Tullahoma from all over this state of Tennessee on further. People come and visit their people. They come to Clayton. So I'm very blessed there, and so I just think we all need to just stay together and keep on finding positive and not dwelling on negative, because there's always some negative, and we need to try to be positive. So I'm thrilled for what's happening, and we just need to keep on.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
Welcome back. Jennifer Moody spoke at the Tennessee Downtown program about some of the next steps planned for downtown Tullahoma.
That's really important, that this being his initiative, that he stay with it and lead it into the next phase, so these next 2 years. So that'll be a very urgent next step. Also, extending our agreement probably with Shelly Smith to continue being our downtown coordinator. She's doing it on a part-time basis. I don't think any of us would believe that based on the number of hours I see her working. But she's done a great job, and I very much want to keep her on for another 2 years. Third thing, we feel like right as our momentum was building, our legs were taken out from under us with this virus. So we really want to have a community event and bring people, all of you, but also maybe bring some, thank you, Steve, bring some new people down here that maybe haven't been to downtown in a while and they really don't know what's down here anymore. And Winston alluded to this. What we're planning, we don't want to do something that we may have to cancel. So we're just assuming that we need to keep social distancing in place and make it as safe as possible of an event. But we're calling it an alley walk. And what we would like to do is do some temporary installations in the alley and make it just look like, share the vision with you of what we think it could look like, but in a quick and kind of inexpensive way. So simple things like how Joe has put out these whiskey barrels and ferns. You may see some of that show up in the alleys. You're going to see probably some vinyl banners that have images that tell a story of what we think downtown can look like. So we're going to be putting that together, and hopefully you'll see that in the next few weeks. We want to do that really quickly and get people excited about and giving us hopefully some feedback, and you'll say, yeah, I do like this, or no, I don't. But one of the areas I'm really focused on is this Wall Street Alley connection right here by London's, and then across the street by the Blair's building, and having it feel that safe, clean, beautiful look that we're talking about, whether that's with more string lights, more plantings, seating, whatever we can do to make it look pretty, and then eventually carry it around the back of these buildings where we do have that beautiful mural that I think now it's time to create the rest of the space. to make it an attractive space for people to be, and we think it could help with future events. So it could be kind of the gathering, another gathering space for us. I think with Joe Keller's support, this can be a gathering space for us going forward. So while we don't have a square or a naturally occurring gathering space, we have a unique opportunity to use our alleys, and I think people will really grab hold of it if we can make the vision match what's actually down here. So those are just a handful of things I think are the next steps for us.
And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Susan Johnson from the Isaiah 117 House. We'll have a preview of the South Jackson Ice Cream Social and more, all on this week's Living. And stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gotta be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1926 at 100 degrees. Our record low was in 2009 at 55 degrees. The average high for this day is 87 and the average low is 67. Mostly clear for tonight with a low of 72. Some afternoon storms for Wednesday with a high of 86 and a low of 70. And afternoon storms continue on Thursday with a high of 87 and a low of 70. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evening at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.